Hi everyone, it's Sensei Pink here, and I'm coming back to you guys for a review on One Piece chapter 957. So to kick off this chapter, we started off with both Isho and Akainu having a conversation about the abolition of the Shibukai. And let's be honest guys, after the incident with Crocodile, I think we all can agree that the Shibukai did not need to have that much power. Like, it's really annoying that they did wait until the incident with Doflamingo to finally do something, but that's One Piece, y'all. I also love how in the discussion between Isho and Akainu, Isho basically tells Akainu like it is, and he's just like, you know, I know that, you didn't want to get rid of the Shibukai, but they needed, you didn't suffer under them, they needed to go. Like, there was people out here dying, losing whole countries, kings and little princesses, just their whole countries and families and lives falling apart, and no one seemed to give a fuck. Even regular people, like Doflamingo had people turning into toys and shit. Like, no one really cared. And that's one thing. Just the government in One Piece is something else. It's on a whole different level of just like not even grasping or finding or just taking the time to inspect what might be wrong with a country. Like, they just let that shit go on. Crazy. After this, we begin to get more information about this legendary group that Hina brought up a few chapters ago called the Rocks Pirates. Apparently the Rocks Pirates has so many influential pirates that are influencing the new generation and some from the old, such as like Gold Lion Shiki, Whitebeard. They even had Kaido, Big Mom, like who else? And honestly, it would begin to explain why, like, when Whitebeard died, Kaido was a little upset. Not just because, like, he wanted to fight him before Marineford, but like, maybe he had a little bit of sentiment. I don't really believe that, but I guess being on the same ship, you do want to fight someone and be on their level, so he never got that chance. So there's a little bit more history between them than I guess, we may have thought. Well, aside from that, I'm so happy that we got this huge chunk of information about one person who their background hasn't really been talked about, which is Garp. Like, I'm so happy we got this even little bit of information about him. In this chapter, we get to learn why Garp is still hailed the hero of the Marines. And we find out it's because he is credited for taking down the Rocks Pirates. And not only that's not even the biggest thing from this chapter, but you know how the Marines like to cover things up, so he's credited. But the little side story to this is that in taking down the group, our man Garp had the help of none other than Gold Roger. Oh man. With all this information from this chapter, I feel like we even get a little bit of insight in maybe why Garp was so willing to take on Ace for Gold Roger. Like, maybe when he knew he was gonna die, he was just like, I'm gonna ask Garp, and Garp's gonna do it because, not even because he did the favor, but Garp definitely took Ace under his wing because he was like, well, Roger helped me out back then, and aside from clashing and fighting and all this stuff and even kind of becoming frenemies and all that, I definitely think that maybe that battle had a big part of like why Garp might even respect him so much. Aside from this big news, well, for us, about Garp and Roger, we even get to know the name of the Rocks pirate captain, and his name is none other than Rocks D. Zepik. Wow. Let me just tell y'all that this D family is something else. I swear, I cannot wait until we find out more information about the D family, because this family, like the lineage and everything, has just been going on in the background and even has been hinted at numerous times, even when like Corazon was like, you know, in where I come from, you can be swallowed up by D, and Adolflamingo hates, like, you know, he's scared of people with the name D and all this extra stuff. Like, I definitely believe at this point that they are like the descendants of like the Lost Kingdom. Shortly after this, we are given even more big news on the Yonko's bounties. This includes the current Yonko, which are Blackbeard, Kaido, Big Mom, and Shanks. And then we get on previous, we'll say, or legendary bounties, which are Whitebeard and none other than Goldie Roger. Now, with all of these bounties in the billions, apparently no pirate has ever surpassed either Whitebeard's or Gold Roger's bounty, and Gold Roger's is the highest. It's about like 5 billion something, and Whitebeard's is not too far off. It's a few numbers below. And that's a huge issue, because now that Big Mom and Kaido are linking up, the Marines are definitely worried that if they truly are allies in Coochie Crunch, then their bounty is going to be way bigger than that. And they're going to have an even bigger issue on their hands. Now, with this big issue looming over, I guess that Kaido doesn't want to do too much, because apparently they don't have the manpower, you know. And looking at these few chapters, it almost feels like, you know, if they did join together, they could rule the world or do something. Like, you know, they definitely, Big Mom's that bitch and Kaido is that man. Like, you know, ain't nobody fucking with them, especially if they're together. Like, I'm trying to figure out where Shanks and even Blackbeard fall within this, because, you know, if those two are joining together, I even feel like the Marines are useless at that point. To end this chapter, we get Sengoku leaving the meeting after imparting his, you know, previous knowledge on rocks to the newer Marines so that they know about it, telling Akainu that, you know, there's so many important figures connected to Wano. Like, why is it that Big Mom and Kaido are in Wano? Like, it might not have anything to do with Oden, but there's so many people, such as Kaido, Big Mom, Whitebeard, Roger, even Oden himself, that are all connected to this place. So personally, I'm thinking that either there's in that phonoglyph that's there, like there's something majorly important that they're trying to figure out, or there's something to Wano that unlocks the way to Rafto. Wow. Just wow. There is a lot of information that we got from this chapter, and I can't wait until next week because I want to know more. First of all, I need to know about Roger and Garp's, well, more of Roger and Garp's past, because I feel like if they work together, even in that situation, they have to have some middle ground, something going on. Also, in the manga, when you see the picture of Rocks, he kind of looks a little bit like Blackbeard. Maybe it's just me, or maybe I'm just overanalyzing that. You know, I started thinking about, you know, theories immediately after I saw it, and I was like, you know, maybe like Blackbeard is like his son or his relative, or some wild shit like that. Like, you never know. I'm gonna give this chapter a solid 5. Like, it's not super action-packed, but I love how we got so much information, and information that we needed. Well, guys, that's that. Let me know what you guys think about this chapter in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about those little theories. You know, what about Blackbeard, you know, being the son of Rocks? but I doubt it. Maybe, who knows, maybe. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit those notifications to see more of me, Sensei Pink. I'll be back to you guys next week. See ya.